because I was the tallest girl and I could jump. But then as soon as it was a dead ball, she stopped me and I never got back in the game again. So one time, there was not a dead ball and I was on the court and I didn't know what to do. So she said, well, just put your hands up and stand in the middle. So on defense, I run down there and I put my hands up in the middle and I'm effective. Nobody can get their shot over me. So then I run out of offense and I stand in the middle and put my hands up and I kept getting 3 seconds and didn't understand why. So I'm looking like, I don't know what else to do. And she just said, just play, just play. So I could jump because, you know, in the streets of Philadelphia, you jump double dutch and you jumped off the steps and you did all kinds of things. But then I shot at the wrong basket. They threw me the ball and I kept running. That's football. And I never forget a classmate laughed at me so hard till I couldn't cry. And standing out there, sometimes you don't know, and you get ridiculed and you get laughed at. And it's just because I just didn't know. And those laughters really hurt. But I didn't let it show. So what I did, there's 2 ways you can handle that. I could cry, or I could laugh at myself. I had to learn to laugh at myself. But they didn't realize when I got home, my boo-hoo cried out of the hurt and the pain. So then I said, you know what? They'll never laugh at me again. So I trained. I went to different camps. I was the only girl that played basketball in the Sunny Hill John Chaney League in Philadelphia as a 10th grader. I was not afraid to stand out and try. And then I ended up being, you know, in 10th grade averaging 2 points a game. 11th grade averaging 15 points a game. In 12th grade averaging 25 points and 28 rebounds a game. I practiced, I worked hard, I didn't let anybody tell me there was something that I couldn't do. Then I went off and got college scholarships at Temple University. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. So then I broke records. I'm the all-time leading scorer and rebounder in the history of women's basketball. Over 2,000 points, over 1,500 rebounds, because they laughed at me. I turned a negative into a positive. Then I went on, I played pro ball in Europe. I did so many things with my height, with basketball. It paid for my transportation all over the country, just because they laughed at me. So when I looked up at one of my games, David, the same guy who laughed at me, was out there applauding for me, clapping for me. The same guy who humiliated me and had the whole boys section. You know how those guys can get, laughing, falling down, slapping the knee, laughing. They were standing there, giving me a standing ovation, clapping. So just to give you that little tidbit, don't let anybody try to humiliate you. You're the only one that can allow it to happen to you. So you don't accept it, and you gotta be confident of who you are. So, some things I wrote down, and if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, or become more, you are a leader. And that is quoted by our 6th President, John Quincy Adams. Leadership is one way. Our leaders knows the way, they go the way, and they show you the way. A good leader takes a little more than his share of the blame, a little less of the share of the credit, and leaders also serve each other. So you being an inductee tonight speaks volume. You have leadership skills, you have leadership opportunities, and don't be afraid to let your light shine. Sometimes others can see leadership skills in you that you don't realize you have, and then they tell you to, step out and try it. Don't be afraid to try. Also, you want to be a good follower. Follow the leader. Everybody remember that game when you were younger? Think about, did you want to be the leader all the time, or did you want to be the follower? And those people who stuck out was always the one who wanted to be in front. I'll be the leader. But that was an experience. You must learn how to follow in order to be a good leader. You want to make wise choices. You need to be disciplined, obedient, respectful to your teachers, parents. Adult authority will carry you a long way. Also, teachers are a good reference. Many of you will graduate, you don't have an experience, and you're going to need a reference. And many times it's those teachers who will write you a good reference. And the job world like to hear from the teachers because they know you have spent a lot of time with the teachers. Teachers get to know you. They know your personality. They know your strengths. They know your weaknesses. And write you a very good reference letter for scholarships, for jobs, for opportunities. So that's why it's important when you go to school, you show your best step forward. Just for an example, my daughter was the captain of her basketball team. She had a full-ride basketball scholarship to St. Joe's. She was the captain of her team. Then she graduated, she put in there. But she also is been hired as a graduate assistant coach for the UConn women's basketball team. They called her because she had good references and she was a hard worker, and people were able to see her strength and her ability. So you'd be surprised who's watching you. You'd be surprised who wants to recommend you for something, and you want to be in your best behavior always. Your self-esteem. Confidence is in one's own worth and ability. Your self-respect. Be proud of who you are. Also, build up people and don't tear them down. Be happy in the skin that you're in. Just like I said, I was 6 foot. In 8th grade, I'm 6'2". I love my height. I don't know how to be short, so I'm not gonna try. Okay? So be happy the way you are and make the best of who you are. Also, don't be afraid to step outside the box. Take a chance. There's nothing beats a failure but a try. About 15, 20 years ago, I became the first woman in the state of Florida to coach a boys' varsity basketball team. And the encouragement I received growing up, playing on the boys' basketball team, being confident in who I am, helped me become a coach of guys. The first game, no one wanted to shake my hand. The referee, we in the huddle, he didn't want to shake my hand. I went to a camp and I had to wash the uniforms, and all the coaches were in the laundry room. So I brought the guys' uniforms in, and they thought I was the team mom. When I told them I was the team coach, they couldn't believe it. And when I looked up, I had a laundry room full of all guy coaches staring at me like, "You can't be the coach, you can't be the coach." And they're saying, "Oh man, I hope you don't play her, because I hope you don't want to lose against a female." And I went through that, and I had my players hear it through the other locker room. "I will not be beaten by that woman." And I looked at my players and said, "I'm not playing, you are." So we already winning the game. If that's their mentality, I have to take it like that. But don't be afraid to take a chance, to step out, have faith, and do all that you can do. Your determination, your passion, your will, try until you succeed. Never give up on yourself or never give up on your dreams. Like I said, they laughed at me, and I turned it back to laughter at them. All right, separate yourself from trouble. Don't want to say no. My friends tried to get me to use drugs. One of my best friends, I thought, we were going to hang together, go to college together, and she went into using drugs, and when I refused, they laughed and ridiculed me, told me I was L7, that I was going to never amount up to be anything. And all I can remember is my mom said, "You don't want to do anything that's going to harm you, that's going to bother, mess up your body and your brain." So I had pride in myself. Teamwork makes the dream work. Miss Lee is a teacher here at our school, and on her email, it states, "Teamwork divides a task and doubles the success." That is absolutely true. With all us teachers working together to help educate you, we all take pride in your success. We all take pride in knowing that you can become something great, and we believe in you. Our goal is to educate and give you the knowledge. Now, together everyone achieves more. You heard of that. Teamwork allows everyone to shine. It's a group effort, and we must all work together to achieve a common goal. Another thing is being able to work under pressure. Now, there was a commercial, "Never let them see you sweat." Your parents might know about that commercial. It was a Dry Idea deodorant commercial. And that commercial emphasized that it's okay to be anxious or nervous, but never let it show. So don't think that, oh, everybody, it must be easy for some, but just don't never let it show. When someone teases you, don't allow them to trigger negative and violent behaviors. Be in control of yourself. I never got a technical foul. I never got into any altercations on the court because I always tried to be in control. If I lost it mentally, I know I couldn't play physically. So also, at times, do I get nervous? Of course. We all get nervous. We all get anxious. It's normal. But the things I do is, when I get nervous, I meditate. I listen to uplifting gospel music, or I pray. And then that's how I'm able to calm myself down. Be the reason someone smiles today is written in our library. And when I look at that, I always want to have a reason for somebody to smile. Say some kind words, help them, ask them how they're doing, be polite, say please and thank you. Also be humble and know your purpose. A lot of people ask me, well, you have a great career and you travel all over the country. I played professional basketball in Italy and Spain because we didn't have a WNBA. And I tell them the reason I teach because it's my opportunity to serve and give back. Also, teaching is the only profession that produces other professions. A doctor needed a teacher. A lawyer needed a teacher. Homemakers, they need teachers because their parents are teaching. Okay, so lawyers, everyone needs a teacher, and teaching is the only profession that produces other professions. Last thing I like to just leave with you, when you go out there wearing your Coatesville t-shirt, you must remember that you are representing yourself, your family, and your school family. When you enter Coatesville, you enter here to learn, and when you depart to serve. Pay it forward, make Coatesville proud. Congratulations.